This story is based on real events in the USA. Names and some details were changed for privacy. What started as a love story slowly turned into a nightmare she never saw coming. A dangerous attraction. Samantha Hayes was 22 when she first met Luke Carter, a charming stranger who seemed too good to be true. Their meeting was the kind of coincidence that feels written in the stars. They both reached for the same copy of The Great Gatsby at a dusty local bookstore in Asheville, North Carolina. He smiled, she laughed, and in that moment, she felt like she had known him forever. Luke had that rare combination of confidence and vulnerability. He spoke of dreams, of traveling across the country, of escaping the life he had grown up with, a life Samantha knew was far from perfect but nothing like the shadows Luke hinted at. Samantha, freshly out of college and aching for adventure, found herself drawn to him, despite the whispers of caution her mother had drilled into her since she was a child. Their relationship started quickly, intensely. He was attentive, sending her flowers at work, writing love notes, whispering promises under the stars. Samantha felt alive in a way she never had before. But it didn't take long before the cracks appeared. Luke was controlling in subtle ways, criticizing her friends, questioning her decisions, and isolating her from people who cared for her. When Samantha tried to pull away, he'd pull her back with sweetness so intoxicating, she couldn't resist. What Samantha didn't know was that Luke had a past that could never be erased. A trail of broken relationships, disappearances, and rumors followed him wherever he went. Some people called him a con man, others whispered about things far worse. But Samantha was in love, or at least, she thought she was. Love, she soon realized, can sometimes blind you to the danger that hides in plain sight. Then came the night that changed everything. They were driving back from a weekend getaway in the Smoky Mountains when Luke's car swerved violently on a deserted road. Samantha screamed, and in the flash of headlights, she saw the truth in Luke's eyes. There was something darker lurking beneath the surface, something terrifying. When the police arrived, Luke was gone. The car was abandoned, and Samantha was left shaken, bruised, and confused. No one could understand why someone so charismatic could be so dangerous. And as the investigation unfolded, Samantha would discover secrets that would break her heart and change her forever. Shadows of the past. Samantha spent days in a daze after that terrifying night. Luke had vanished like a ghost, leaving behind only a trail of questions and a car that smelled faintly of smoke and gasoline. Police detectives interviewed her, their eyes kind but skeptical, as if they couldn't understand why she had stayed with someone like him in the first place. But Samantha didn't need them to judge her, she was already punishing herself for the choices that had led her here. Then the calls began. Anonymous at first, just strange, quiet whispers on the line, laughter that sounded too familiar. But soon, photos started arriving at her apartment. Photos of her from outside her window, from her favorite coffee shop, even from her own workplace. Panic gripped her chest like a vice. Luke wasn't gone. He had never left. Samantha learned more about him through news clippings and old police reports, and the picture that emerged was chilling. Luke had been involved in multiple cases of fraud, harassment, and, though never proven, disappearances. Women woman who had fallen for his charm vanished or moved far away, never speaking of him again. The police called it circumstantial, but Samantha saw the pattern clearly. She had been a victim waiting to happen. Fear and heartbreak collided inside her. How could someone who seemed so devoted, so perfect, be capable of such darkness? And yet, despite everything, a small part of her heart still hoped it wasn't true, that the man she loved was lost, not cruel. Then, one night, as she returned home from work, she saw him. Luke was standing under the street lamp near her apartment, looking exactly the same as the night they had met. Her pulse raced. Part of her wanted to run, to scream, to call the police immediately. But another part, an inexplicable, dangerous part, wanted to reach out, to understand why. "I never wanted you to see this side of me," Luke said, his voice low, almost pleading. "I tried to keep it hidden. I love you, Samantha. You have to believe me." Samantha felt tears blur her vision. She wanted to believe him, she really did, but the fear, the warnings, and the evidence from his past screamed louder. Love, she realized, was not always enough to protect you. And now, standing there under the dim light of the street lamp, she had to make a choice: trust him, or save herself from the man who could destroy her completely. Little did she know, Luke had already set things in motion that Samantha could never escape. A web of lies, deceit, and danger was tightening around her life, and every choice she made would bring her closer to a shocking revelation, one that would force her to confront the harshest truth of all: sometimes, love is the most dangerous crime of all. The final betrayal. Samantha didn't sleep that night. Her mind raced with memories of Luke's charm, the moments of laughter, and the whispered promises that had once felt like magic. Now, they felt like a trap. She stayed awake, listening for the sound of footsteps outside her apartment, dreading what might come next. Days passed, and attend this, he promised. But you need to stay somewhere safe. Samantha agreed. She packed a small bag and stayed with a friend, but safety was an illusion. One evening, as she returned to grab a few belongings from her apartment, she found the door ajar. Inside, everything was untouched, but a single envelope lay on the kitchen counter. Inside was a letter, written in Luke's unmistakable handwriting. "I can't let you go, Samantha. You belong to me. I tried to protect you from my world, but now you know. There's no running, no hiding. Meet me at the bridge tomorrow at midnight. We'll end this together, or not at all." Fear and anger surged through her. She called the police immediately, but a sinister part of her knew she had to see him one last time, if only to understand why the man she loved had become the man who terrified her. At midnight, Samantha arrived at the old bridge overlooking the river, heart pounding. The moonlight reflected off the water as Luke stepped out of the shadows, his face both anguished and calm. "Samantha," he whispered, "I never wanted anyone to get hurt. Not you. You lied to me," Samantha said, voice shaking. "Everything. I trusted you." Luke's eyes glistened. "I did it all for us. For us to survive." Before she could respond, a sudden flash of headlights cut through the darkness. Police cars swarmed the area. Luke's face twisted into shock, then resignation. He knew there was no escape. As officers cuffed him, Samantha felt a strange mix of relief and sorrow. The man she had loved, who had shown her the heights of passion and the depths of fear, was gone, but the scars he left behind would never heal completely. In the weeks that followed, Samantha tried to rebuild her life. She moved to a new city, changed her phone number, and focused on work and friends. But the memory of Luke, the love, the danger, the heartbreak, lingered like a shadow. She learned that sometimes, the greatest crime is not the act of violence, but the act of betrayal committed in the name of love. Years later, she would tell her story to anyone who would listen, a cautionary tale of charm, obsession, and heartbreak. And though her heart had healed in part, a piece of it would always belong to the memory of Luke Carter, the man who had stolen her trust, her love, and nearly her life. Because some loves, no matter how passionate, are destined to be tragedies. If this story moved you, follow for more real stories that need to be told.